welcome to the Wolf Pack. OmnicientWolf here, and welcome once again to this 5-minute Let's Play. It's a brand new series where I'm trying to bring you Let's Plays in 5 minutes or less. Quantum Break, the game that you're watching right now, lends itself quite well to that format because it's comprised of 5 different acts, between 3 or 5 different parts within each act. So I'm essentially dividing each part into a 5-minute video, which is difficult sometimes because you're trying to get the best bits, and there's so many great bits between the cutscenes and the actual gameplay. So you will see lots of jumps in time. Funny enough, funny way to put it, considering Quantum Break is all about time. But that's essentially the concept of it. This is some of our first gameplay into it. This is the second video. This is going to be our first shooting mechanic. First time we actually get into cover and fire a weapon, which was exciting. It's always exciting when you first wield a weapon in a third-person shooter. But essentially, well, third-person shooter, mostly action-adventure, I guess, if you want to call it that as well. And this game, great game, has also been created by Remedy. And if you're familiar with the Finnish company, the Finnish video game company, they're also the developers of Max Payne 2, as well as Alan Wake and Alan Wake's Nightmares, I believe. American Nightmare, sorry. All great games. I can't wait for Alan Wake 2, by the way, side note. And so if you're familiar with any of those games, Quantum Break, the physics of it, the mechanics of the third-person character is going to be very familiar to you. Once I picked up Quantum Break, even though it was a brand new game for me, well, brand new game obviously, first time playing it, it felt very familiar to the oldies, and I actually recently played the original Max Payne because after playing Alan Wake, after playing Quantum Break, I wanted to play some more Remedy games, and I went back to Max Payne 1. I haven't played Max Payne 2 again, but I played Max Payne 1 on the Xbox 360, backwards compatibility with the first Xbox. Ran pretty smoothly, relatively speaking, and even though the controls may have, in terms of the movement, might have felt a little more clunky than usual, it wasn't that bad. Oh, here we see a time rupture, or time stutter, sorry, time stutter. So this is moments in time where it just stops, time stops, except for like our main character here, Jack Joyce, and you know, he just touched his brother Will. There's lots more to it. Here we get our first time power, which is time vision. It's sort of like Assassin's Creed Eagle Vision, if you're familiar with the game series. So we're able to mark enemies and hazards and different items. So it comes in handy in terms of kind of scanning the environment and seeing what's up. Once again, not a very big power, but useful nevertheless. And so once again, Quantum Break has been a great game. I've mentioned this in the previous episode, but the gameplay between live action has really lended itself well. You know, Remedy has always tried to be different. With Max Payne 1, they had bullet time before the Matrix came out. Even though the Matrix came out and then they released the game, it kind of came before that. I mean, they had already developed a slow motion mechanic. Here we got a new power, time stop. It's kind of like I don't know how to explain it. I mean, it stops the time around the individual, and if you fire bullets in there, once the time stop is ended, it will essentially destroy the guy and annihilate him. But yes, Quantum Break, pretty solid game. I've said that enough times already. And Remedy, honestly, are geniuses. They take risks, and at the same time they stick with what works. At the same token, like they kind of, and you know, this is such an original project, and I know it took a while in development. I think it was really worth it, even if a lot of the time was spent on the live action TV show. It really adds another layer to the game, and just overall it was smooth sailing, and and the gunplay is rather tight and rather sweet. You got your different weapons, nothing too elaborate. You got your SMGs, you got your assault rifles, you got some variations of each. But overall, great game, and thanks again for joining the Wolfpack. Until next time. Ow!